Let's move on to some corporate exclusive now. We're given to understand that the Larsen & Toubro board may have cleared acquisition of VG Siddhartha's stake in Mindtree. This acquisition will lead to L&T hiking its stake in Mindtree to 51%. Mugdha Warrior reports.
After months of speculation, L&T is finally set to acquire Mindtree, and we understand that the deal will be closed as early as Monday. And sources tell us that the deal was likely to be closed by Friday, but some technicalities have pushed, the signing of the term sheet till Monday. Now, as you said, here are the details of the deal. L&T will acquire about 24.4% stake in the company at rupees 981 per share, which is higher than what was expected, as you said. And while VG Siddhartha is selling his entire 20.4% stake, which he holds along with the CCD entities, there are other investors who are also going to be selling to L&T. These include Amansa Capital, an investor named Rekha Shah, and of course L&T MF, which holds about 1.08%. So they will be selling either whole or part, and so the entire deal would come up to about 24.4% stake. And we also understand that L&T is looking to hike its stake in Mindtree to 51% through a voluntary open offer. And remember, the overall plan for L&T is to have a three-way merger of Mindtree, L&T Infotech, and L&T Tech, which could take a few months, which we'll see later in the year.
Mugdha, thanks a lot for that. So we will keep an eye out on 5 stocks on the back of that. But the other big stock which will be in focus today will be Reliance. This after Brookfield has decided to acquire the company's East-West pipeline. Sonal, give us the details. What does it mean for the company?
All right, it is a positive news that is coming in for Reliance. Just to run you through the details, well, Brookfield's InvIT will be buying around 100% stake in PIPL, that is Pipeline Infrastructure Private Limited, which operates the East-West pipeline of this particular company. So the decision and the transfer of the assets from EWPL had taken place back in September itself to PIPL, and now the unutilized capacity payment that will be made by Reliance will be a difference between 500 crore rupees quarterly and the revenue earned by PIPL. What does that mean? That if there is any unutilized capacity, Reliance will be compensating Brookfield for that particular unutilized capacity. Also, the reserved capacity has been changed to 33 MMSCMD versus 56 MMSCMD earlier. Remember, this particular pipeline was already working at lower capacity utilizations of around 5%. And also, Reliance will be entitled to transport gas via this East-West pipeline even after Brookfield acquisition. So that means they will be having some control as well, even after it's been acquired by Brookfield. And they will also be acquiring equity of PIPL from Brookfield InvIT at an equity value of 50 crores, but that is after 20 odd years. In terms of financials for EWPL, as in March 2018, they had a revenue of around 884 crore rupees, but it is a loss-making pipeline, losses of around 715 crores, and a huge debt on its books of around 13,700 crore rupees. Now, with Brookfield buying it, not only the loss-making entity goes away, they will also be getting 13,000 crore rupees. So that is net positive for Reliance coming in.
All right, net positive for Reliance coming in. 13,000 crore rupees worth debt goes out of their books. A loss-making entity goes out of their books. But talking about Reliance, of course, here's a standard disclaimer. Network 18 and TV18, the companies that operate CNBC-TV18, the channel that you're watching, is owned by Independent Media Trust, of which Reliance Industries is the sole beneficiary. But let's move on to the consumer space now. Unilever appoints Nitin Paranjpe as its new Chief Operating Officer, elevates HUL's Sanjeev Mehta as the President of Unilever South Asia. More on that when we return. Keep it with Power Breakfast.